I asked John about how important that rushing defense stat is. You're giving it, you're number one in the Big Ten, second in the country. How meaningful is that to you? Because you guys are the ones that set the tone.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show our process throughout fall camp and kind of what we did to get there. I think a lot's changed just with mentality on defense. I mean, I think we've always had it, but I think we're finally finding our identity within, our core defense and within the culture as well. But I take very much pride in that. I mean, it probably means a lot more to you guys than it does to us because we're just going out there to do our job and get the ball back for the offense.
What's it mean to you? I mean, Cam was dinged up and Blaze didn't play as much, but AJ played a lot. Just to rotate guys in the way you have and to produce like you did Saturday night, to see that depth kind of in play.
Yeah, Coach Rule, I mean, from the beginning, he's always said he wants everyone at home games. He wants everyone to play, and he has that next man up mentality. He understood. I mean, even at the beginning of fall camp, he said guys are going to get dinged up, and whether that be beginning of season, late season, whatever it's going to be, someone's ticket is going to get called, and you better know what you're doing. So I'm really proud of those guys to step up and go out there and execute the plays that we had, and to go out there and get our first dub.
Ty, you play right alongside Nash. What has it been like to firsthand see his development into the kind of impact role he's had so far this year?
Nash, this is the best I've ever seen Nash. I mean, I knew in spring he was going to be a problem when he kind of leaned up a little bit, and he just was moving a lot better, and he's only been up from there. I'm super proud, kind of like a big brother moment for me, being the oldest guy and one of the oldest guys in the room, to see him finally develop into who he can be. And, I mean, he showed it on Saturday with his dominance. I mean, that center, that O-line couldn't handle him. So, and he got back there and he was getting penetration, he was making tackles. So I'm really proud of him.
Coach Rule on Monday was talking about the defense and how the guys have been hanging out more together, away from practice. I think he was mentioning Saturday before the game, how you guys were all together. What have you seen from just that camaraderie among the defensive players?
We're pretty close as a defensive group unit. I mean, it's some of our fifth year playing together. On Thursdays, we all go get a call sheet from Coach White, and we go watch film. When we go through either maybe a half or the full game or whatever on film, just going through calls on what we think might happen. And they actually, Coach White and his staff helped us out by, going through the film and creating a cut up to where he would have like the most likely call for this type of play if it were to happen down the distance all through that going through situations. And I just think it helps take that out in the field because now everyone's on the same page of knowing, all right, Coach White said he was going to call on this play. In the meetings that we had personally with each other, we all talked about what we had to do and what we were going to do. And I think that just helps us play faster.
When you do that, I mean, how many of you are doing that, getting that call sheet from Coach White and going and watching film?
There's about 20 to 25 of us. I mean, we fill up the DB film room is, I mean, it's 4 rows deep, just kind of like this. So, I mean, it's full every Thursday. And especially some guys will go on Saturday and we'll watch, and sometimes it'll be on Friday too. I mean, there's multiple times we all meet together throughout the day with how our schedules look.
What have you noticed about Coach White? What have you learned about him this year and his ability to lead lead those coaches, lead this defensive group?
He's not afraid to take a risk. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's willing to, if we need a blitz, he'll call a blitz when he thinks he needs it, or when it's kind of like when he could play it safe and maybe depend on us. Or maybe he wants to, have another guy in coverage. He has that confidence in us to up front to go and get a sack or be able to hold the ball with the running back and stop him for a fourth down or whatever it may be. So I think just his confidence in us, he really shows us that we can go out there and we can be great, and he helps fuel that.
What's the next step for this defense?
Just keep doing what we're doing. I think passing we can work. There's always something to improve, and I think passing is our next step. Guys up front specifically, we need to get more pressure. We need more sacks. We need to get more batted balls. We need more turnovers. There's a list that's endless. So, it's just kind of that what's next. That you guys have heard is what we're trying to figure out.
You guys for a few months had kind of talked about what this defense would look like or could look like. Has it matched those expectations, or has it been different through?
Nobody's surprised. I mean, we knew what we could do. I mean, throughout fall camp, we just saw ourselves getting better and better. So I think just that confidence within us, if we can keep that, obviously there's going to be ups and downs throughout the games. And, if we can keep that going, then we have a pretty good shot.
Obviously, you want to play with an edge, and you're going all out. Going back to the Minnesota game, what did that teach you in terms of what you were called on? It's such a bang bang play, that targeting thing. And how do you keep that edge without doing that again?
I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, obviously, I didn't intentionally mean to headbutt the guy. I was back there all night, and I was trying to use my hands, and I just ended up putting my helmet down on accident. I didn't even know until I watched the replay that I did that. So, just I got to tackle better. I got to maybe not have it so timed as close, and maybe trying to get in the passing window, get my hands up. I mean, there's better options than just doing what I did there. But I haven't lost my edge, I'll tell you that. I just got to maneuver it in different ways now.
You're in the middle of a three-game stretch, all home games here. How important is this for this team to just be home, get into a routine, and feel comfortable, and obviously also play in front of the home fans?
So Coach Rule, he what helped me, I think I realized it when we played Minnesota was, what you do on Tuesday is going to be what you do on Saturday. And so when we go out there, I mean, obviously the atmosphere is insane. There's no one that can compare to Memorial Stadium and the fans. But when you go out there, I mean, for me, when I go out there to get that pregame stretch, it feels like a Tuesday to me. We do the same stretch, we do the same routine. We go to Indy right after stretch, we do whatever until we go back to the locker room to get really ready for that game. But, I mean, there's no better place than here.
Ramir's a guy who's been in the program about as long as you. Just how did you see guys handle that Sunday? Not just him, but Gabe and all the injuries and just
Yeah,
kinda rally around together?
it breaks my heart. I mean, Ramirez has been through it all. I think throughout his whole career here with his hamstring, or now it being his shoulder or an ankle or whatever it may be. But Ramirez is a tough son of a gun, and same with Gabe. I mean, my heart breaks for Gabe as well. I mean, he gave it all out for us. When Ramir went down, he went out there and put his body on the line to help us get that win. But I think it helps put in perspective for the team that you are not guaranteed to play football, and that's why it's important that every play is like your last play, and you want to give full effort because you don't want to have any regrets playing.
As tough as those injuries are, as an older player, what can you say about what that opportunity means for some of these younger guys who are going to be stepping into bigger roles?
Like I said, your ticket's going to get called, so I know that Coach Rule is not afraid to put in young guys. I know Ives got pulled up. I know Lube's going to be running with them now. Emmett and AG. I mean, those I think those are going to be their four guys. I'm not sure. I can't say, but those are just the names I heard. And I mean, Ives was giving us a great look on scout, and same with Lube. Those guys were hard running, and they were, they let us hit them, and they weren't complaining that we were hitting them. And I mean, it was just getting us better. I think Clover, who's been giving us a great look also on scout. I mean, I think Bullock hit it on the head. You can't really speak because everyone's been doing their job. Everyone has a piece in this program. So whoever it is, I have my full trust in them.